So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first. This is the first time I've done this. Many of you are wealth warriors, and it's great to have that community really starting to take traction, starting to build, and we're beginning to see the benefits of the principles that we hold dear. We'll go through a little bit of that in a minute, but the reason this is a particular presentation is this is the first time that we've had Wealth Warriors up and running, and now we're introducing a new platform. Excuse me, a new platform. We've also got a few people on the call today from that new platform. They're already involved. They might upline in that other platform, so we might ask them a little bit later to come and talk to us. Tell us a little bit about their experience. But ideally, I want to keep the whole thing down to 1 hour if we can, and we've already wasted 2 minutes with me waffling on. So without further ado, I'm going to switch over to a PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to say welcome to Wealth Warriors, as I always do. And with the tagline there, financial freedom fighters. And as you know, I believe that to be true. I believe there are forces conspiring against us so that it's either very difficult for us to make money in the online business space or impossible. Some of those forces are to do with the entrenched national and international banks. Some are to do with governments who don't like the idea of us making money outside of their control. Some of them are just the money people. We call them the financial elite or the global elite, the World Economic Forum and so on. And I see us as the sort of David in the David and Goliath story. We're just trying to get scrabble around, make us a living, make some money as best we can against the better efforts of all these other forces. So that's how I see us, and that's why I believe a community is better than just sticking together. So rather than just getting involved in platform after platform, get involved in a community, become part of something that's bigger than you, and together we will all succeed. And you'll see some of that. I'm going to give a brief run through the principles of Wealth Warriors as I go about introducing this new platform. So we're going to introduce Trade Like Crazy. It's a relatively new platform, TLC for short, also the same as Tender Loving Care. So that brings a smile to people's faces sometimes. And I'll tell you a little bit about Trade Like Crazy and its history as we go through this. So bear in mind our goals are we want money from passive activities. So all the platforms we adopt, we have the option to get involved and just make money passively. We haven't got to introduce people. We also, some of us like to make money from commissions, which is great. And this has both of those, as you'd expect. We want reliability of income. So where we can, we look for platforms that we believe have some longevity. I don't believe based on recent experience, I don't believe we can rely on any business to be around for 5, 10, 15 years. A lot of these platforms, the most we can hope for is 2 or 3 years of good service. And then what we want to be able to do is to exit in an orderly fashion, keep as much of the money we've earned as possible, and get into whatever's new, whatever's around, whatever meets our criteria at that particular time. And you'll see why I love this program in a minute. I'll cover that with you, but it's I've never seen a company do that before, and I'm really impressed that they are. We want financial freedom. We want peace of mind. Peace of mind is a big one, isn't it? Not having any worries at all. It doesn't matter what life can chuck at you. You can handle it because you have the time, you have the money, you have the resources to be able to deal with things. A lot of us want to leave a legacy. That's high on the list of priorities for when they do these surveys about, why would you think you've had a successful life? A lot of people want to leave a legacy, even if they don't have descendants and family to leave it to. They can leave it to their school. They can, their old alma mater. They can leave it to their a dog's home or a cat's home or something. So a lot of people want to do something that's going to leave a legacy, just to show that they were there. They didn't just turn up and eat their bit of the food and drink their bit of the drink and breathe their bit of the air, but they actually did something that was going to benefit everybody else. Is a big motivator for most of us. Retirement, okay, life's too short. Somebody once said that youth is wasted on the young and retirement is wasted on the old. Wouldn't it be good if we could do it the other way around? Okay, where we have our retirement between maybe the age of 20 to 40, okay, and then we go and work till we drop. Maybe not, I don't know, but certainly retirement is a big driver for a lot of people. A chance just to kick back and take things easy. But why does it have to be when you're older? Why not do something when you're 30 or 32 or 35? Okay, why not do it when you're 25? Okay, because all it takes is money. It doesn't take any special skills, just money. And some of us want to support loved ones and worthwhile causes, churches, charities, and so on. Sometimes it's not just the money. Sometimes it's the time that we can go there and spend time with people and make a difference in their lives. So that's kind of why some of us are doing something, trying to do something in an online space, and how you'll see in a minute how Wealth Warriors can help us do that, help you to do that. So we have a community-centric approach, and without wishing to blow my own trumpet too much, as far as I know, I'm the only one who's kind of figured this out. I think this is going to be a standard model in a few years' time. You're going to see a lot of people doing this. But the community-centric approach is difficult to get your head around because we've all spent so long just getting into one platform and hoping and praying it works. Now we're not bothered that much about the platform because we're worried about the community. We help the community succeed. We're not dependent on any one platform. We use platforms, they don't use us. If we've got a platform we don't like, we bin it and find something that's better. Or better than that is to find something better and then bin it. One of the great things about the community-centric approach is you never reset your earnings and profits to zero. Once you get moving, once you get over a little bit of a hump, the first 2 or 3 months maybe, then whatever happens in the future, yes, you may lose some money, but you'll never get reset back to zero and have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off and start all over again. And you don't destroy your relationships with your group. There's so many people. That's the reason so many people swear off networking, is because they just hate the feeling that they've let people down. They feel guilty that they've led people into something where they've lost money. Okay. And then when that platform collapses, all of those relationships are destroyed. They're just gone. And if you want to do something with them again, you've got to approach them again in a whole new way. And we don't do that. We maintain our relationships regardless of what happens to the actual platform. We only get involved with the best, most profitable platforms, and that's one of the reasons you're going to like what I'm going to show you today. We want to stack the deck in your favor instead of just taking what you're given by a system that doesn't want you or your family to succeed. We take charge of our own lives. We don't rely on other people doing it for us. So Wealth Warriors is the system that makes the whole thing work. So your commitment to Wealth Warriors is the following. 1, maintain lines of sponsorship across all platforms. Number 2, sign up in all the platforms that we adopt. I've had people say, well, I like these 3 platforms, but I don't like that one. I say, it doesn't matter if you like it. If you want to be Wealth Warriors, part of what we're doing, the community we're trying to create, then you need to be in all 4 platforms. Okay, so that may sound a little dictatorial, and I apologize for that, but it is a critical element of the whole setup. We're after the benefits. I'll show you the benefits in a minute. But if you want the benefits, you've got to stick to the rules, if you like. Get your personally introduced people to do the same, as in maintain all lines of sponsorship and sign up in all the platforms we adopt. And hopefully with the introduction of this new platform today, you will see the benefit of those things. You want to support your own people by learning about all of the platforms that we adopt. And we want to support and encourage all other Wealth Warriors. We're all in this together. There's no room for backbiting or bitching or running each other down. It won't be tolerated. And a little bit of encouragement goes a long, long way. So what are the benefits to being a member of Wealth Warriors? Number one is never reset your growing finances to zero just because the platform fails. What that means, just that's just words, but if you think about what that means to you, it means you can get involved in the platform, get involved at a low level, say $100, and you have time to turn that $100 into thousands of dollars of income. Yes, it might take 18 months, but you have 18 months. You're not scrabbling around to put enough money in at the beginning, just in case the thing falls out of bed in 3 months, 6 months' time. So we have time. That's one of the great benefits. Benefit two, introduce your friends and family to a system, knowing that they will make money from the system, and you'll never have to feel guilt at letting people down and losing the money, because yes, one of the platforms might fail, and they might lose a few $100 or $800. Although if they follow the advice we give, they wouldn't even lose that. And then, but so we don't have to feel guilty, because yes, they lose money in that one, but they make money in the other 3, 4, 5 platforms. Benefit three, start every new platform with an existing community. So that's why I'm excited about this particular presentation this evening, because this is the first time we've tested this out. When we introduce a new platform, we introduce it to all of our people in Wealth Warriors, and they sign up in the same order, in the same lines of sponsorship. So if you have, for example, 100 people and you plug them straight into a brand new platform, you could be making literally, you could be making thousands of dollars by this time next week from this new platform, if you have 100 people that you plug in. Okay, powerful stuff. It's difficult to do, and as many of you know, it's been I've had many false starts trying to figure this all out. I think what we've got now is something very close to what's what the final product is going to be in terms of Wealth Warriors. And this is going to be a benefit. We'll just plug people into the new platform, and some people will be making really good money from day one, well, day two maybe. So we'll cover that in a minute. Benefit four, we only get involved with good solid platforms that have longevity, profitability, and reliability. We can never have any guarantees with that. Even if we do get to meet the CEO, we get to go to the company offices, we meet the traders, we go to the son's birthday party. Okay, businesses fail. Even real life businesses. There's businesses in your high street that have failed in the last 3, 4, 5 months. Nobody's fault. Economics, pandemic. Who knows what's caused it? Might have been a bad business idea, might have been under finance, somebody might have defrauded them, the regulations might have changed, the supplier might have priced them out of business, a landlord might have priced them out of business. Okay, businesses fail. Businesses in war zones, they fail because they're in a war zone all of a sudden. Well, there's no telling where we're going to be in a few years' time. I don't wish that on us, but you can't ever say with any degree of certainty that what we have is good and reliable. So what you can do is cover the bases with a wide variety of platforms, so that they don't, if they're going to fail, they don't all fail at the same time or to the same degree. Benefit five, learn strategies and techniques designed to multiply your income above and beyond what's provided by the platform. So the platform I'm going to show you, exactly like the other platforms, they provide us certain things, but I can teach you how to do even better than they are showing us. We can have a strategy where you can make even more money than they are telling you in their compensation plan. Okay, so that's what we do as a community. One of the things that I bring to you. Learn how to be the mortar between the bricks and keep your business strong and profitable for a very long time to come. That's another way of saying look after your people, and give your leaders a chance to look after you. If you're disgruntled or whatever, phone somebody. Just find out what's going on. Benefit six, have access to a training system that will help you duplicate your time and effort, which will multiply your income. It won't just increase your income a little bit. This is going to multiply your income and financial security and decrease your workload. You imagine if we were 4 platforms and you're making $1,000 a month for each platform, and then we slot in a 5th platform, you'll be making an extra $1,000 a month from day one. Maybe more, maybe less, might be a lot more. So it multiplies your income, not just increases it slightly. So about the platforms we adopt, it's got to be available in the whole world, not excluded in the US, for example. It must have a unilevel compensation plan. People must be able to join for free or get involved in a passive income program for a very low entry cost, i.e. around about $100. So the combination of those three things mean we can maintain the lines of sponsorship across all platforms. If we get involved in something that costs $5,000 to get involved, then we can't maintain our lines of sponsorship because a lot of our people won't be able to afford that entry point. So this is an important thing for me to look at when we're looking at new platforms. It must be based on real world applications, not just a money game or a shell game. And I've been shown, since I last spoke to you, I've probably been shown about 15 or so different businesses that are just money games. Just get in, pay some money, and a few days later you get back twice as much or whatever. It's just, there's a lot of rubbish out there. And what it means is a lot of people are going to be hurt by that. We must be able to verify the company's legal status and its involvement in real world activities. You're going to like what I'm going to show you about that. If possible, we must be able to meet the CEO or business owner and having met him, got all our questions answered. We haven't done that yet, but that's been offered to me to attend a Zoom call with the CEO, which we're going to do. I'll probably get the CEO on a call either with our leaders, or I may just open it up to you guys if you want to go and meet him as well. No reason why not, I guess. The compensation plan must be viable and sustainable. And again, you're going to like what they've done. I won't go into that. We'll cover that in a few seconds. The membership of Wealth Warriors must all be able to get behind the project. So no gambling, no money lending, no arms dealing, nothing that some of our members would feel, I don't want to get involved in that. Nothing sleazy or anything like that. Simply because you may not have a problem with gambling, but we want to maintain lines of sponsorship. And so if some people say, sorry, I'm not having anything to do with that because it's gambling, then it breaks the lines of sponsorship, rule 1. So we won't do that. So the platforms we've adopted so far is Property Robots, crowdfund the manufacture of pre-sold house printing robots. Very, very exciting business. This what we call a slow burn, but bear in mind that the company's new, it's still in pre-launch. They're still setting up their assembly lines. They've just taken over a building in Manchester, got the first assembly line set up. So they're streamlining their processes. They're taking on staff for different tasks. So the reason they're not giving us a huge amount of money on our return, and it's about 0.7% a day, roughly. So it's not a kick in the bum either, because you'd have to work with a bank for a whole year to get that much that you get every single day with Property Robots. But now they're moving out to they're setting up production lines in Dubai and another production line in the Caribbean. Each of those will be able to produce 5 robots side by side. Okay, so that's going well. It's a slow burn, but it's good, it's solid. It's going to be around for 25 years. Equinox Trust is investing in Forex and cryptocurrency trading. And it's where you buy a package and they give you a certain amount of return every single day. And people like that because they can go in every single day, take the money that they staked initially, plus their profit, and stick it all back in. So it's kind of a compounding effect. It's not compounding, but it has the same effect. We've had a little bit of a few little run-ins with this company because they keep charging us for things that they say is all part of their setup, but they've never told us what these charges are or what they're for. It's not until I get 25 messages from people saying I've been charged this, to do this. So they could be a lot better in the customer services. There is a possibility that if they keep doing that, there's a possibility that I'll suggest that we don't deal with them anymore. We just take all our money back. And as soon as everybody's out, then I'll write to the managing director in New Zealand and tell him what the problem was. We don't need them. If they're going to cause the problems, we don't want them. But I'm optimistic that we can get through that. But optimism doesn't cut it. Afika Man Finances. This company's been around about 10 years. They're investing in all different financial instruments, but they actually provide these 3 plans in cryptocurrencies, and that's a little bit. So we focus on a little bit of their whole company, just these cryptocurrency plans. Again, you put money into or you buy a package, and they give you a fixed amount return per day. And interestingly, tower staking, as we've opted for that as kind of the fourth platform. We didn't plan to have that many platforms in one sector. We've got 3 platforms, all basically in the same sector, where you buy a package and they give you a fixed return every day. The reason we ended up with that is because a lot of the platforms that we did get involved with, or I got involved with on your behalf, after I was involved with them, I realized they hadn't told me the whole story, and that these companies didn't actually meet our criteria. So as they disappeared, I put some other business platforms in place. We've ended up with 3 that kind of, they're not the same, but they're not a million miles different either. So we're looking for more diversity from that. And we've got some great things in the pipeline, you know, for a few weeks and a few months' time. So that's the 4 platforms we're involved with. So let's look at Trade Like Crazy. The company has a team of 20 traders. Most of them have been around they've all been around for over 7 years. The newest trader has got 7 years of track record, provable track record. Okay, the company makes its money from crypto arbitrage, futures trading, spot trading, and scalping. So this is real world trading in crypto and Forex. And as you know, some of you know, we looked at several platforms to do with trading in Forex, and they were not anywhere near as good as we wanted them to be. But this one is going to open your eyes. The traders only risk between 2 and 5% on any one trade, which means that if you've got 20 traders, and between them, you know, some of them are going to lose the odd trade, but most of them are going to make a good trade. So that's why we make such good money. The average monthly earnings over the last 12 months, and again, this is verifiable by checking their records on Bybit, is 15% to 30% per month. All results are verifiable in the back office through Bybit. And if we have the chance, or if we have the time, I will show you that in a few minutes. Buy a package, so you buy packages of these, so you buy a package for them to trade with, and packages start from $20 up to $100,000. So $20 is a very, very low entry point. And the reason is, and this ties into something that I love about this company, the company realizes that what they're doing is not sustainable. Now, I've always worried about this. Some of the platforms we've been involved with before, I think, well, and as you know, I've made spreadsheets and things that shows that if you do this for a year and a half, all of a sudden everybody's making $10 million a day, and you think that surely that can't be sustainable. You can't have everybody on the planet making $10 million a day, and then, you know, a year later it's all quadrupled. You just can't. There's not enough money in trading to do that. So I realize these things aren't sustainable. These people realize that this isn't sustainable. So what their plan is to run this for 2 years. They're going to run it on an MLM system for 2 years. And at the end of the 2 years, they're going to convert it to a social trading platform. In other words, copy trading, which will be, so copy trading is sustainable in the long term. So I like that. I like the fact they've acknowledged that the business model, if it works, it becomes its own worst enemy. So I don't get so that, yes, because the entry point is $20. Their focus is on getting as many customers, as many of you and I, in the door as possible, so that in 2 years' time, when it becomes a social trading network, a copy trading business, okay, they have a lot of clients. They need a lot of clients in order for that conversion to work. So that's why they say, come and join us for $20. Of course, they also want people to join them with a lot more money, because they make a lot more money, and so do we. I'll show you the packages in a minute. You get paid in USDT TRC20. No squabbles, just that's it. Really good, reliable cryptocurrency coin. A friend of mine used to say, we don't get paid in crap coins. Crap coins don't pay the bill. You get paid in TRC20. You can withdraw your profit every single day. Okay, so you buy a package, and let's suppose you put $100 in and buy a package, and you're going to get let's suppose you're going to get 25% a month. Then that package stays alive with you until it's until you've made $300, which means that you're going to get 25% a month. And then when it's 3 times, it's something like 5 months' time, you can then withdraw that $100. But the profit you can withdraw every single day. The package expires after 3 times the value of the package. You can buy as many packages as you want. So, for example, if you have you buy a $1,000 package and you make enough profit, then say within a month you made $300, then you can just buy a $300 package, or you can buy every time you got $100, buy a $100 package, buy $20 package every other day, whatever you want to do. Buy as many packages as you want, and that has the effect of compounding. There's no automatic compounding, and in fact, investor friends of mine and financial advisor friends of mine tell me I shouldn't use the word compounding, but you've heard me say many times it's not compounding, but it has the same effect. Okay, so you just keep putting back in more and more and more money, so you're making more and more and more money, but it's not compounding in the technical financial advice sense of the word. But you can buy a new $20 package every time you have enough earnings or commissions. You can increase your package limit to 4 times 4x with a very simple qualification, and that is you introduce 5 people with an aggregate volume of $5,000. When you've done that, then every package you own from then onwards, you get 4x out of it instead of just 3x. Unilevel compensation plan pays out every day based on the profits made by the people in your group. So we're away from the trading side now, the passive side. We're into the compensation plan. It's on a Unilevel, and we'll go through that in the company documentation in a few minutes. The Unilevel pays out down 15 levels, so they actually pay out 42% of profit. Also, they pay matching bonuses on their earnings 5 levels deep. So if you introduce somebody who makes a deposit, then you get paid 10%. You also get a matching bonus when they earn money every day, and when they use that money to buy another package, you get another 10% profit. So very, very profitable compensation plan with both of these elements, the Unilevel and the matching bonuses. Your daily earnings are capped at 50% of your package value. So if you bought a $100 package, the most you can earn in any one day is $50. And there are instances where the company has actually earned a lot more than 50% for people in one day. So it's not unthinkable. The absolute maximum daily earnings are $25,000 per day. Even if you've got $1 million in there, okay, you can't earn more than $25,000 per day. We've already got presentations in 13 different languages. There's also something called a career path, and I've kind of always shied away from these sorts of things, these rewards, because I'm thinking, well, instead of paying me a reward, instead of buying me a Rolex, just give me the money. And so they've done both. When your turnover is 150,000, you're called a rising star, and you can have an iPhone 15 Pro, or you can ask for the money, $1,300. When your turnover is 2,500, you're a manager, and you can get a MacBook Pro, or $2,500. When you're turning over $500,000, you're a supervisor, and you get a Rolex Datejust, which is a great looking watch, or you can have $20,000. When you turn over $1.5 million, you're a director, and you get an AP Royal Oak watch, which again, amazing watch to look at, or $40,000. When you're turning over 4 million, you're a chairman, and you can get an Audi RS7 or $130,000. Or when you become a president, when you're turning over $10 million, you become a president, and you get a Lamborghini Urus or $350,000. And it would be very tempting at that stage if I didn't need the money, whether I take the car or not. who knows? Let's worry about that when we get there. Maybe we could take them all over to Dubai and have a race out in the desert somewhere. Be kind of fun. So commissions and earnings are available to withdraw immediately. Trading happens 5 days a week on Forex and 6 days a week on crypto. The traders have Sundays off. Of course, on Forex, they have Saturdays and Sundays off. Because your profits are paid the day after the trading happens, the day after the money is made, then you receive your earnings every single day of the week except on a Monday, because there was no trading on the Sunday. There's no profit for you to have on the Monday. You can deposit in USDT TRC20 only. The deposit fee is 1% plus $1. The $1 is actually the company's deposit fee. The 1% is the payment processor. And I've dealt with these payment processors before. You don't pay them anything for what they do, but when money comes through them, they just take 1% for them to keep. So to buy $100 package, it costs you $1 for the payment processor and $1 for the deposit fee. If it was 1,000, then it would be 1,111. So $1,011. Okay, so it's very, very low deposit fees, but there is some. You can transfer money to other members, and as far as I know, they don't even have to be in your group. If you know the username of the person you want to send it to, you'll be upline, there'll be crossline, then you can transfer money to whoever you like, and it costs 1%. You withdraw in USDT TRC20. Minimum withdrawal amount is 2%, and it costs you 2%. So the minimum withdrawal amount is $2, and it costs you 2% to withdraw. The strongest leg capital earnings are 50%. So any one leg can only count as 50% of your earnings. So your strongest leg will never contribute more than 50% of your earnings, which means that you need to have at least two, and we'll probably have 3, 4, 5 different legs so that we don't have to worry about that. Creating multiple accounts is prohibited. And when I say prohibited, they are really hot on this. So 1 account per individual. And if more than 1 account is in a household, all must have the same upline sponsor. Again, there's been a lot of stuff happening in historically where somebody gets involved and they sign up the dog, the cat, the mother-in-law, all these different people in the house. Well, you can't do that with this. If you introduce somebody and they want to sign up multiple accounts, they've all got to be personal to you, which I think is a tremendously easy way for them to get, for the company to make sure that people are being ethical. If the rules are violated, all the offending accounts will be deleted without warning, with no chance to explain. And again, they're very hot on that. So it's just not worth it. We've got a great system here that we can all make a lot of money. Why mess with it? The answer is, of course, we don't. So how do you get started? 1 is create an account. Number 2, make a deposit. Number 3, buy a package. It's about as simple as you can get. The package becomes active and first profits are received 24 hours later. Now, this is a special offer for leaders only. The company will lend you $10,000 to start trading. And before you start thinking, oh, that's brilliant, I'll just get that, I don't care about being a leader, you'll see it won't benefit you if you're not planning to become a leader. You can't withdraw any of those profits until the loan is repaid. The loan is repaid with your commissions at the rate of 25%. So if you don't create commissions by introducing people, then you don't receive 25%, and therefore you don't ever repay the loan. So in order to repay the loan, you've got to repay $10,000 at 25%, so you need to earn $40,000 in commissions. If you're going to be a leader, you'll probably do that within 3, 4, 5 months. At that point, so you've kept the other $30,000 in commissions. You've made 40, you've used 10 to repay the loan, you keep the other 30. Okay, and you get access to the profits that have been generated by the $10,000 trading fund. And then that $10,000 is actually your money. You can't withdraw it until it's 3x or 4x, but when that happens, you can withdraw that $10,000. That's your money. On completion of the 3x, you can withdraw or reinvest the $10,000. So this is great. If somebody wants to be a leader, get in there, roll the sleeves up, get building, introduce people, okay, get things happening. This will be an absolute godsend. If anybody wants to do that, well, we'll cover that in a minute. But for most of us, we'll say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put my $200 or $300 in or $1,000 in, whatever I'm going to do, and I'll just run it like that. I'll be happy starting at that point. So what to do now? Get the referral link for Trade Like Crazy from your Wealth Warriors upline. Register a deposit, buy a package. I just said that. Register a deposit, buy a package. Pass your TLC, your Trade Like Crazy referral link to your Wealth Warriors personal. So you'll get the link and register, get your link and pass it on to your personals. We want to maintain those lines of sponsorship. Follow up to make sure they register in a timely fashion and pass their link onto their downline. If interested in taking advantage of the company $10,000 loan contract, so contact your upline in Telegram or contact me directly. There's just some information we need to gather from you. Once we've got that information, we'll put you in. We'll recommend that you get given that package, and the company will make it happen. So what to do now? Get the referral links for all platforms of the person who invited you to this presentation. Now, what this is about is if this is the first presentation you've been to and you're not part of Property Robots and Afikoman and Equinox, okay? So if you're not part of all 4 of those other platforms, get those links, sign up in Property Robots first. That's the one we're using as the master list, and then sign up in the other 3 platforms straight afterwards. You haven't got to fund them all, but you do have to sign up in all of them and then fund them to whatever level you're comfortable with at some point in the future. Personally, I took a fund and I just split it across all 4 platforms to 25% each. So now what I would do is take the same fund and split it across all 5 platforms at 20% each. So make sure and catch up on all those previous registrations you may not have done yet. Is very, very important. If it wasn't, I wouldn't keep banging on about it. Register in all the opportunities, make a note of all your referral links and pass these links on to your existing frontline members or to people that you invite to see this presentation. Again, you might have only signed up in one platform and you've got a downline in that platform. Well, now make sure and sign up in the others and make sure your people sign up in those others underneath you as well. So now that we have a new platform, of course, what we shouldn't see, and hopefully we won't see, is people having a mad scramble to contact me to get personal to me or contact their upline to get personal to their upline. Very, very important. We just take our time and register in exactly the same order that we all registered in Property Robots. There's no benefit. And in fact, you'll destroy Wealth Warriors and the benefits that it can have for you. If every time there's a new platform, you're out there trying to get ahead of your upline and go round your upline and this sort of thing. So don't forget your commitment is that you're going to sign up and everything, and then you're going to respect the lines of sponsorship. Make a minimum payment at all opportunities, and if you can't do this, select the project that interests you the most and make the minimum payments. Ask your introducer to be added to the Wealth Warriors Telegram group. Attend a Zoom call or watch the video for each platform you've added funds to. So we don't do Zoom calls about Property Robots. The company does that. We don't do Zoom calls about Afikoman. The company does that. Okay. And we won't be doing presentations about TLC. The company does that. Okay. As new platforms are added, make sure to get the referral link of your upline and join as quickly as possible. Pass your referral link to your existing team. Get on a presentation for that new platform as soon as possible, which is what we've just gone through today. A quick reminder, we're building a solid foundation on which we can base our financial futures. We only want to work with companies that are in it for the long term. And believe me, they're much more difficult to find than you think. We only want to work with companies that are above board. We want to build a large asset, which in turn will deliver us a large income, whatever that asset is. Only platforms that meet our rigorous criteria are even considered. And even then, when we get inside those companies, about half of them fall out of bed, which is annoying because some of them have spent many thousands of pounds or many thousands of dollars getting into, buying the setup, the starter kit, going on training, whatever it is, only to find out that it's not suitable for what we're trying to do. So it's very annoying, but we've got to stick to our guns and make sure the criteria are adhered to. We want to apply our rules to this industry to achieve our outcomes, not be at the mercy of any one company. So this is us. We're taking charge of our destiny. We're not letting other people tell us what we must do with the platforms. Like I said about the platform just now, that we're having a little bit of a challenge with. If they don't do what we want, then we'll go. We're not going to sit around and be I don't know what the word is, but be harassed by them. We know what we want, and if they don't want to give it to us, we'll go and find somebody who does. Finally, it's important to remain safe on the internet and in the world of online opportunities at all times. Do not share your password or other credentials with anyone. Set up your 2FA on your Trade Like Crazy account, and if you don't know what this is or how to do it, just Google 2FA. There's no need to phone your upline and say, how do I do this? Mr. Google knows how to do everything to do with 2FA. Back up your passwords and your 2FA codes in a secure location. If you've got a safe, put them in the safe. But make sure the executors of your will or your beneficiaries have access to this information in the event of your death or incapacitation. If you need a living will or whatever, make sure they know what to do, where to get all this information. Wouldn't it be a shame to spend some years building up a small fortune in Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin goes to $500,000 per Bitcoin, and something happens to you and nobody even knows you've got that Bitcoin, let alone where it is or how to get hold of it. So make sure that information is available to the executors of your will or your beneficiaries. Finally, develop a strategy for Trade Like Crazy. And I hinted at earlier where you have a package that you like the size of. It's not going to break the bank if something happens, and that's producing a certain amount of money. And then every time you get to $20, for example, you buy another package. It might be like that. It might be every time you get to $40, you take out $20 and buy another package. So whatever your strategy is, have it written down and then stick to it. Do not use or invest money that you cannot afford to lose ever, even if it looks like the best platform in the whole world. Don't do that. Just stick with your, what you can afford. At 20% profit per month, the break-even point is 5 months. So by 5 months, you should have got your money back out. If you introduce people and you get commissions, it could be quicker than that, or it should be quicker than that. Yeah, sorry, I realized I said something wrong earlier. That's the break-even point is 5 months. The company has a 2-year program for the multi-level marketing side, which is set up. The multi-level marketing side is set up from the company's perspective to acquire clients, so that when they convert to the social trading, they know how many clients they need in the next 2 years, and MLM is their way of doing it. And of course, it could be that it's going to be good for us to switch over to the social trading with them, but we might not. We might just take it out of Wealth Warriors by then, and do it or don't do it. It's up to you. Some will, some won't. For some people, it may not actually be available in Canada or America when they switch over to copy trading, but it might be. It depends whether they need KFC or not. Not KFC. What's the other one? KYC. Everybody needs KFC. So yeah, they're interested in getting more clients. They know how many clients they need before they can switch over to the new platform model. After that, social trading, copy trading. This is great because the initial growth cannot be sustained forever. And I love that they recognize that. We're not asked to believe that you can make 30% a month for the next 10 years, because that's just crazy. Therefore, happy the company recognises that and addresses it. I love it when I say the things and I've already said them. So yeah, welcome to Wealth Warriors. We are financial freedom fighters. It's up to us to get our financial freedom. The platforms don't care. None of them do, not even this new one. It's up to us to make sure that we're doing what we want to secure our financial future. And I think that Trade Like Crazy is going to be a tremendous addition to the Wealth Warriors platforms. I think a lot of us are going to make a lot of money from this. We may stick with it when it switches over to social trading. Some of us will, some of us won't. But I think we'll drop it out of Wealth Warriors at that point. But who knows what the future holds. So I'm just going to share my my back office for. I'll just stop sharing. Okay. I was going to do it so smoothly, just switch over to the do a new share, but I blew it. Okay, so let's have a look at Trade Like Crazy. So this is the dashboard. It just tells you very, very simple, how many referrals, what turnover, how many team members, team turnover, deposit, withdrawal, and either I am heading towards being a rising star, because I've got nothing, done nothing yet, but I'm heading towards rising star. So withdrawal, deposit and transfer. And then these are the different packages, starting with $20 all the way up to, at the moment, $25,000. We're about to add 2 new packages, $50,000 and $100,000. And if you want your referral link, it's just here. Okay, link has been copied. They've got a live chat system here as well. Okay, announcements. I like this because every single day they post an announcement. Let's see what today said. Where's the announcements gone? They have to make me look stupid. Not that difficult, really. Okay. Normally there's a list of announcements and it tells you, let's have a little look. There we go. There's the announcements. I had to refresh the page. So it's the 3rd of February today, daily earnings update. And it tells you what the daily earnings were. 0.66% today. The best trader today was this one, achieving an impressive 58% return. Congratulations. So we have 20 traders. Some of them, more than one of them, actually took that trade. To explore the specifics of the traders' results, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and so they produce a little report like that every single day. Yesterday, 69.5%. So I love these little announcements. You just see, they just tell you things are going well. Transactions, I haven't got any transactions. I'm not part of the leaders board. I don't have access to the leaders board. My structure, team center. This is your 15 different levels. And you get paid 10% on the purchases and the earnings of your first line, 7%, 5%, and so on, all the way down to 0.1, 0.2, and this sort of thing. It's all in. There's a great PDF document. It's all in there. I'm not going to go through the PDF document. Team Center products. Okay, again, we've got. It'll tell you here which packages you've owned. If you go for the special offer, then they will tell you you've got the premium package in here. But again, you've got exactly the same information here as you had on the dashboard. Yeah, premium premier, that's right. Marketing, we've got 13 different languages. So there's the English presentation. You can download it and share it with people. Very, very easy just to read through that. Got it, like I say, 13 different languages. Traders, this is good. We've only hooked up Travis at the moment. Travis is like the head honcho in trading terms. In future, all the traders will be listed here. You can go and have a look at the results. So this trading history, if we, for example, we want to have a look at this trade, Yeah, let's look at the top. So this chart has been pushed through to us, or it was captured from Bybit. Bybit is a completely separate exchange, and that's where we place the trades. So based on that, this trade here was there's a big red arrow there. It was a short, so we sold there, and we bought down here. Okay, the entry price was that 2.8595 on that date and time. The exit price was that on that date and time. He used 2% of the entire fund, and he made 67.41%. If I want to just get a confirmation of that, I can click on open, and it takes me to Bybit. And so it's a short on 20 times leverage. It tells me everything I need to know about that trade. And if I still don't trust it, I can go to another chart and trading view or something like that, and look up that trade and see what I would have got if I'd have gotten in at that price, gotten out at that price on this type of leverage. So every single trade that the traders take, we can come and check this. Okay, so again, I like that. Traders settings. Settings is just your name and address, and you can change your password. You've got your user ID here as well. A lot of people don't know where that is. It's just under your name in settings. And support. It gives you the email addresses to which you can send emails, and you can submit a ticket as well. So very, very simple back office, nothing fancy about it at all. If you click on, where was that? No, I can't remember. There was a link earlier I clicked on, and it took me somewhere that explains a lot of stuff about the company. But that's how we're doing. We're getting close to being out of time, so I'm going to stop the share. Unless somebody really wants me to show them the different compensation plans in the PDF document, I'm going to say we're done. So people are going to be able to unmute themselves if they want to. Any second now. I'd like participants to unmute themselves. So yeah, you can unmute yourselves if you want to come and talk, offer some insight or things you like, things you don't like, questions that you need clarifying, general questions about the company itself. The company's been around. I'm going to struggle with this one because I've looked at several different companies in the last 3 days. I think the company's been around for about 6 years. They've been testing out what they're doing now. They've been testing it for the last 3 years. They only opened the door to to people like us about a month ago, back in December. We have a chap. I was on a call with him earlier. I don't think he's on this call, but he put to test it out last October. He put $100,000 in to see what it was going to do, and so far he's made $58,000 in November, December, and January. So $58,000 for $100,000 in 3 months is spot on, 20% a month almost. So yeah, just to sort of corroborate what I was saying. We also have on the call Blair. Blair's been looking at this a little bit longer than me. And we also have Fred. Fred's a bit more knowledgeable than me as well. So either Blair or Fred, do you want to just open up your mic and say hi in 2 minutes on what you like about it, what you thought when you first saw it, what you're excited about or not?
Well, this is Fred. Just wanted to say that having been involved in rug pull operations, like many of us, it was my major thrust was to find a company that promised longevity, and that's what I see here. So that was my #1 criterion in selecting a company. And their whole association with the Central Bank of Armenia helps a great deal towards their credibility. Also, that's the number one consideration. Then number two is timing. You know, the timing. I mean, this couldn't be better. All of us here have an opportunity because of coming in this early to really hit 6 and 7 figures in the next 12 months, depending on how, you know, how hard you want to work. So it's all here. And also I like the fact that withdrawal is very simple. You get it right away. Within, they say 24 hours, they give themselves that period, which is okay. But it's certainly a lot better than all these other companies that start off with withdrawing every day and then, you know, ultimately get to the point where it's once a week and then once a month and then then never. So so we have a really pretty solid company here that's not over promising anything like a lot of these other again, these other scams are offering, you know, 1.5%, 2.5%, 3.5% a day. I mean, that's totally unsustainable. So you know that if they say anywhere beyond 1% a day, then you know that they are not thinking of being around too much longer. But this company is conservative. It has legs. The timing is there. I like the integrity of the people behind the company. The CEO and owner is not a network marketer. He's a true businessman. And so a lot of pieces fall into place for me. And that's why, you know, I turned on my friend Margaret to this.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a major home run. I mean, I've had several of these in the last 5 years where, you know, if you really start to work, you can really hit 7 figures. And so I feel blessed that I was able to find this. And by the way, you did a great job in presentation. You certainly are detail oriented.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So,
great, Fred. Thanks for your insight there. Yeah, I did miss out a few things like the backing of the Central Bank of Armenia. Also the fact that there's a qualification, very simple qualification, that you can have to fly over to Armenia and meet the CEO. Also, the CEO is going to be in the States in the next few weeks, and our upline are putting together a posse to you know, delegation to go and spend some time with him. So if you're in the States and you want to qualify for that, then we can organize that.
well, I know I'm supposed to meet him in New York in next week, I believe.
Okay, cool. But we'll look forward to hearing all about that on a future call, if that's okay, Fred.
Yeah. Okay.
Janet's just asked a question about, can we promote this in the US? The answer is, Janet, that everything we do with Wealth Warriors, you can promote everywhere in the world. If in 2 years' time it turns out that when it goes to a social trading platform, we can't promote it in the US, then that's when we would take it out of the Wealth Warriors portfolio, and some people will stay in it and some people won't. But right now, yes, you can promote this in the United States. Blair, have you got time for 2 minutes on your insights, what you like, what you were thinking? Yeah.
Thank you, Andy. Great job on the presentation. For just a new platform, you sure covered a lot of bases, and kudos to you on that.
Thank you.
You are welcome, sir. I have been in, like many of you, I've been in a number of platforms over the last few years. Last year happened to be the worst for rug pulls and scams and this and that. And I think you made a comment. It is not easy to come up with a solid opportunity that people can actually relate to and participate in easily. Well, we have a hen's tooth right here. And one of the things I like about it is that it's simple. The back office is simple. It's not a complex deal that we're in, not a lot of moving parts. per se. It's straightforward, it's transparent as heck. You just couldn't get any more transparent. And the funding opportunities to get your account is as low as $20, which means for people that have been on the fence about getting into crypto and they've been kind of wanting to, but the entry fee is just a little too high for them. At least this gives them a way to start, at least start, and get comfortable with the platform and the crypto space without really risking anything, really. And that's a huge plus. And the reason I said that is just last night I was talking to two guys, and I asked them, "Are they into crypto? Are you into crypto yet?" And they says, "No. We've heard about it, and we've got a friend that is doing pretty well in it, but we haven't done anything." So I says, "What has been the problem? What's the barrier?" And he says, "Money." So I've got they've got my number, and we're going to communicate a little later on. But again, so just an example there that low entry into Trade Like Crazy is an advantage for us, because they may only start with a 20, 50, 100, whatever, but they've got friends too. And you never know who they're going to bring in once they're a happy camper and see that this works. So I like this program a lot because of the exit strategy, which Andy talked about. A lot of companies never talk about that. And so that tells us these guys are thinkers and they're in it for the long term. And as Fred mentioned, the Central Bank of Armenia is very familiar with this company and is backing of the higher deposits, etc. And so it's a great place to be, guys. And like you, I do not want to get burned ever again if I can help it. And so I am here, and I'm pretty darn pleased to be part of Trade Like Crazy and introducing it to good folks that need a recovery plan. And that's about all I got for you, Andy.
That's great, Blair. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And both of you coming on there, spending your time with us. I know you've been on Zoom calls every day, 3 or 4 times a day for the last week. So yeah, you coming on here is much appreciated. So guys, any questions, any thoughts, any feedback? We're kind of over time, for which I apologize. But if you want to, if you've got any questions for Blair or Fred, now's the time. Gaia, hi.
Yeah. Hi. Well, so the company, did you say, is about 6 years going, but the last, is it 2-3 months it's doing this? I don't understand that fully. I mean, what have they been doing before to other people, or how do I need to see?
Trading. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They've been trading with their own funds. So the company has, since they perfected their model of how they're going to trade, which took about 3 years, they've got 3 years of trading with their own funds, and then they opened the doors last October for some people to come in and test it, and now they open the doors for the rest of us basically in December. I think I got that right. But it's something like that. So they've got 3 years trading history from all of the on the back office. I could have taken you through and shown you last year's trading every single month, the average profit for every single month last year, even though they weren't open to us until December.
That is correct. And so what we've got here is a trading team that knows one another. It takes a while to build a team, like any type of a team, and we have that. That's a huge bonus for us, guys. And they were trading for significant clients privately as well, and then it has evolved into what we have here today, Trade Like Crazy, and the goals that have been set out, and the end game for us and them is just excellent. So We're with a bunch of seasoned professionals that work 6 days a week. They get Sundays off, and I'm glad they deserve it. So that's the
Mm.
that's the story there. And we are at the very beginning of the beginning, and now is a excellent time to join because, as we know, this can go worldwide. There you go.
So
if
this,
you look at it in a slightly different way, this isn't going to be available to us in this format in 2 years' time when it becomes a social trading platform. So you know, the whole story hangs true that they've been developing their trading skills, if you like, their team. Then they made a lot of money, but they can't. What they need, not for this stage, but what they need for the next stage is many hundreds of thousands of clients. So this stage we're just going into now is for you and I to help them build a client base of hundreds of thousands of clients. That's what they want. If they have to give us
okay,
if they have to give us some money to do it, then they're happy to do that.
okay. And then they built it. So after 2 years, the doors is closed for MLM.
Yeah.
So then you cannot introduce new people.
You can, yes, but it'll be a different model. It'll be a copy trading model. And so what happens there is that you wouldn't earn money on so you introduce people and you would have something called an IB number, an introducing broker number. Okay, so this is all done through the exchange, not through the company. When you sign somebody up through your IB number, whatever profit they make, you receive. So they pay the copy trader, and the copy trader gives you a proportion of that back. So, for example, the copy trader will get 25%, and 10% of that will come back to you. That's kind of typical copy trading with us. That's old hat. You know, you can look at copy trading systems that are available right now. It'll be about like that, except of course the results that they hope to publish to attract clients to follow their trading should be pretty spectacular if they keep up what they're doing now. If they keep doing that, then it's going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And in the beginning, you said that this is a reliability of income.
Yes.
There is no guarantee of income, is there?
No, I mean, they've been making money at between 20 to 40% for the last year, but that's no guarantee of what's going to happen next
No.
month.
Okay.
But
All right.
there isn't anyway in anything.
No.
Personally, if I was going to put some money into something, I'd rather put it into something where people have been making 20 to 40% for the last year than 10% for the last 3 months or hit and miss.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
You're right, Gaia. There are no guarantees, but I think this is.
Mhm.
If I was going to take a risk on anything, I'm glad it's something like this.
Mhm. And this is not KYC?
No, it's not. It's not even KFC.
Mhm.
Yeah, and when it becomes a social trading platform, it may not be KYC even then. But if it is, then we'll lose our American friends. But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Great question,
Thank you.
Gaia. Thank you so much. The doctor's in the house. Emmanuel, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, thank you. Can you hear me?
No, not very well.
Oh, I'm doing good, thank you. Can you hear me?
No. It sounds like you Doctor Who trying to kill Daleks.
I don't even know why.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Emmanuel. I can't hear you at all. Okay, listen, why don't you hit me up in Telegram and ask me your question and I'll answer it in there. Okay?
I have one more. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll assume you heard what I said, Emmanuel, and you hit me up for your with that question in Telegram. Gaia, yes, you want to. Yeah.
Do you need to do like the Equinox? Do you need to reinvest every day, or is it just automatically going till you hit the percentage of
Yeah,
three
no,
times 3x?
No, you can't reinvest every day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With Equinox, the plan actually expires every day. And so you want to
Yeah,
keep the money
that's right.
working. That's why you reinvest every day.
Yeah.
Effectively, you buy a new plan every day. The plans that you buy with TLC expire when you've earned 3 times. So if you get $100 package, when it's made you $300, it's finished. If you then want, if you want another one, then you've got to buy another one.
So it's set and forget.
Yes.
Wow.
But you do get your profit every day. You can withdraw that, or you can save up every few days, go in and buy another $20 package, or whatever you like. But we'll come up with some different strategies because it's very flexible. There's lots of different things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And with
So
some strategy,
it really offers for people who have just a little bit of money to slowly build up a nice little nest egg, really, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, it's nice.
And
Thank you.
what I'd suggest with somebody who wants to just build slowly is start with a $20 or $50 package and plan to take their money back as quickly as they can, which will be 5 months or thereabouts, but then carry on building. And then when the company changes over to social trading in 2 years' time, whatever their nest egg is then, that's what they'll put into the social trading, the copy trading. And they'll get some serious growth off of the copy trading, which basically cost them nothing because they've started now with a small amount, taken back their seed capital, and then whatever they're playing with after that is free money.
Yeah.
But
Thank
of
you.
course, if people have got more money than that, then they can actually develop an income plus continue to let their nest egg grow. And there's all sorts of strategies. We'll come up with lots of different strategies. Like I say, this is a very flexible system. There's going to be so many different things you can do. It's very exciting. I'm excited about it. I think this is going to be a really good addition to Wealth Warriors. And going forward as well, even when it's a social trading platform, I think we're going to be glad we did this. Okay, guys. Well, I'm sorry. It's I'm 15 minutes over. I know I've been worse than that in the past, but I like to finish on time if I can. But of course, it's everybody else's fault for asking so many questions. So that's great. I'm probably going to do this presentation again either later in the week or in the middle of next week. We'll reach out to the rest of the Wealth Warriors and just really get this bedded in, and then I'll go back to doing regular Wealth Warrior presentations, and then there'll be a little bit about this in our regular presentation. So thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. And Blair and Fred, thank you for your time as well. And
Most welcome.
Janet, thank you, Andy, for your time. I must go too. Absolutely. Everybody's got to go now. It's time to go. And I'll post this video on YouTube. If you've got people in your Wealth Warriors downline that aren't here, make sure they get a look at the video as well. And God bless everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, what's left of it. And we'll speak soon. You can unmute yourselves and say goodbye to everybody, by the way, if you want to.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Andy, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Sean, good to see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Don,
Thank you, Andy. Bye-bye.
man. Yeah,
Mr.
thank
Nice,
you.
good to see you, my friend.
Thank
Bye,
you, thank you,
Andy.
sir.
Hey, Becky,
Bye-bye.
good to see you.
Thanks,
And Constantine.
Andy. See you soon, Melanie.
Oh, Mel, good to see you. Yeah,
I've been listening
I
the
saw
whole
you-
time. I
saw you
didn't want to
sneaking there.
keep you on here, but I'll see you Monday. And if I have any questions that come up, I'll ask Monday morning.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
thank you. But it does look hopeful.
Excellent. Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Good. Darlene, good to see you. Matt, Denise.
Thank you, Andy.
Good to see you too, Andy. I'm just sending you a request for the link. Sounds like an interesting project, for sure.
Excellent. Okay, Darlene,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, good to talk to you.
We're connected on Telegram, aren't we?
We are, definitely. I'm sending you a post right now. Yeah.
Excellent. I'll
Okay.
speak to you soon.
Yeah, great, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye now. And Jody, we're gonna hang on and just have a quick chat, aren't we? Excellent. Emmanuel, sorry that we weren't able to get your question, but I'm pretty confident I had an answer all lined up ready for you. You'd have been astounded, you'd have been amazed. It was going to be the best answer I've given for a very long time. So it's kind of a shame. But yeah, we'll get that sorted for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to start moving people back to the waiting room now, so that Jody and I can get on with our chat. So good to see you all, and we'll speak soon.
Hello, Andy. This is
Hey,
Jody.
Jody, let me just switch off the recording.